YouTube, what's up? Riz here, back with some more NFL draft coverage, and I am doing a full 7-round Cleveland Browns mock draft. Actually, 2 different mock drafts. I'm going to be doing each team. We're going to go in order of the draft. Then after we get through the order of the draft, we will do the Rams, then the Vikings, and then the Patriots. And we're going to do every single one of these before the draft starts. It's coming. It's almost here, so pretty exciting stuff. But today, covering the Cleveland Browns, here's my first mock draft. Both mock drafts will have Myles Garrett first overall, pretty obvious pick. For their second first-round pick, 12th overall, I have them taking Deshaun Watson with this pick. Quarterback, obvious need. I think Watson is the best quarterback in the draft. Will he be there at 12? If I had to put money on it, I would say no, but I think there's a chance that he can be there. So these mocks are more best case scenario. So I think Watson has a chance to be there, and I think there's a chance they take him at 12 if he is there. Now, first pick in the second round, I am taking Teez Tabor, corner from Florida. 1 point thought of as a top 20 pick, now starting to drop. I think he will be there. They need a corner, so I think that would be a pretty solid pick. With their 20th pick in the second round, another second-round pick, I have them taking Bucky Hodges, tight end from Virginia Tech. They have Barnage, but they could use another tight end. I know there's some talk about them taking O.J. Howard, so Bucky Hodges sitting there. He only makes them better, so I went with him. First pick in round 3, DeMarcus Walker, Florida State, defensive end. He kind of can play inside or outside for the Browns. He'd play 3-4 D end, while Myles Garrett would play 3-4 outside linebacker. So I think Walker is kind of too good to pass at that point, in my opinion, in the third round, and I think he would help them as well. Fourth round, I'm taking Anthony Walker Jr. from Northwestern. Can play middle linebacker for him. In a good draft class, you can find a guy around here that actually can play right away, but this kind of normally starts as the depth spot. You get good depth guys, so Walker could definitely come in there and compete. Good football player, but could most likely end up being depth. Round 5, Tedrick Thompson, the Colorado safety, who is definitely a sleeper, good playmaker, a lot of interceptions. I think he's a guy that can come in there and compete for the starting job as well. Most likely he will probably be going in the 4th round, but I think there's definitely a chance with him going to the Browns 5th round, first pick. There's a chance he will be there. That's what I'm saying. So that would be an excellent pick in my opinion. Another 5th rounder. They actually have 3. That is great, especially in this draft where it's pretty stacked and they can find good guys down here. But the second 5th round pick, I'm taking Noah Brown, Ohio State wide receiver. I think this is pretty much his range. I think he's kind of a sleeper, can do multiple things as a receiver. So that could add to their receiver depth. They could use some depth there. The third 5th round pick, I have him taking Channing Stribling from Michigan, the cornerback. He probably would be like a 2nd or 3rd rounder looking at his coverage skills, but his tackling needs a little work, so that's why he may slide to the 5th round, and that could be an option. There's 2 6th-round picks for the Browns. The first one, I have him taking Will Holden, offensive lineman from Vanderbilt, who's actually recently starting to get some buzz, maybe on the rise, so he may not be here, but there's a chance he will be. And then the other 6th-round pick, Monte Nicholson, Michigan State safety, add some more safety depth. They really could use starters. I think Tedrick Thompson can come in there and compete for the starting job. And Monte Nicholson is definitely a guy that can play. He's not going to start, but he's definitely a guy, and it's a 6th rounder too. So just get a guy that you think can play, can help you in the future and depth-wise, and that's a guy for that spot. So the second option mock draft, still have Myles Garrett first pick. Their second first-rounder, O.J. Howard, tight end, Alabama, a little bit of talk that they could go with him there. I mean, maybe too good to pass, and just a mismatch problem could make them very dangerous in the future. And with the 2nd-round pick, Zay Jones, wide receiver, East Carolina, I think they can use another receiver. They're not bad there, but they're not good there as receiver unit I'm talking about, and I think Zay Jones makes them take a big step up. Other 2nd-round pick, Raekwon McMillan, Ohio State middle linebacker. I think he'd come in there and start right away. And this being the 4th pick of the draft for them, that's pretty nice. That would be excellent. And third round, first pick, Ahkello Witherspoon, corner from Colorado, a guy I'm really high on. I think he should go in the second round, but there's a chance he can drop to the third, and I think he's a day one starter for the Cleveland Browns at corner. So far, 5 guys starting for them. Fourth round, Eddie Jackson, Alabama safety. Another guy that can come in there and compete for the starting job. Very good in coverage. Needs to work on tackling a little bit. Fifth round, Josh Dobbs, Tennessee quarterback. I like Josh Dobbs as a sleeper. I think this should be his range. Always got to bump up the quarterbacks a little bit where you originally grade them, because you know how quarterbacks are overvalued, I guess, than they should be, I guess. So shouldn't really say overvalued, but this should be his range. Could possibly sneak in the fourth round. Dobbs definitely can be a sleeper. Other fifth round pick, DeMonte Kazee from San Diego State. Solid corner, should go around this range. May be tried outside corner, but I think eventually he could be a starting slot corner. So pretty good talent down here in the fifth round. Other fifth round pick, Danny Isidora from Miami, offensive lineman. Very underrated in my opinion. Some people were talking about him later rounds than this. I'm going to disagree with that strongly. Hasn't really given up much pressure in his career at Miami. So solid blocker. Consistency maybe is an issue, because with run blocking and pass blocking together. But I think he's very underrated. I think he can even go earlier in this. I see teams realizing that. So that would be a solid pick. And they have their final 2 6th-round picks. Jordan Evans, Oklahoma linebacker. He's starting to go on the rise. Chance he will be here. And then Isaac Rochelle from Notre Dame, defensive lineman. Add some depth to that D-line. So these are pretty good scenarios for the Browns, in my opinion, and also realistic. I think some of these picks, the chances are the guys may go a little earlier, few picks to maybe 10 picks earlier, but there is a solid chance that they can be there. Guys will always drop on draft day. A lot of surprises every year. So these are 2 good scenarios. I'm going to do this for every team. Obviously, Niners next, going in order. Then after we get through the teams with first-round picks, we'll go through the teams without first-round picks. 3 of them, I believe. And yeah, stay tuned for all that. Please like and subscribe for more. Turn on those notifications so you know when I upload your team's mock draft. That'll do it for this one. Goodbye.